Aloha, beautiful souls. Welcome back to the Happiness Hub, where we focus on living with abundance, joy, and the freedom that comes from mastering both your mindset and your business. I am your host, Marianne Rouse, and I am so happy to have you here for episode number 37. We are diving into a topic that often gets overlooked but can have one of the most powerful impacts in your life: the benefits of forgiveness for inner peace. Forgiveness is something that we often struggle with because we mistakenly believe it is about excusing someone else's behavior. But the truth is, forgiveness is something we do for ourselves. It is a way of releasing negative energy and creating space for joy, love, and abundant life. Today, we are going to unpack why forgiveness is essential for your inner peace and how practicing it can change your life in the most positive ways. So grab your favorite beverage, sit back, and let's dive in. To really understand the power of forgiveness, let's start with the story of someone whose life was a testament to grace and resilience: Nelson Mandela. You may know him as the leader who helped dismantle apartheid in South Africa. But his journey of forgiveness is what made him not just a political leader, but a global symbol of peace and reconciliation. Mandela was imprisoned for 27 years. 27 long years by your government that actively oppressed him and millions of others. He had every reason to leave prison filled with anger and bitterness. But when he finally stepped out of those prison walls, what did he choose? Forgiveness. Instead of seeking revenge or holding on to resentment, Mandela extended a hand of peace to those who had once been his oppressors. He understood that holding on to anger would not only keep him emotionally imprisoned, but would also prevent the country from healing. By forgiving, he attracted peace into his life and inspired a movement that led to reconciliation in South Africa. His forgiveness wasn't just personal, it rippled out, changing the course of history. Now, if someone who endured so much can find it in their heart to forgive, imagine what could happen if we all let go of the grievances in our lives. You see, forgiveness is not about accepting or excusing wrongdoings. It is about freeing yourself from the grip that anger, resentment, or bitterness have on your life. When we hold onto these emotions, it clouds our mindset and blocks the abundance that we are trying to attract. Have you ever noticed how you feel when you're stuck in that place of unforgiveness? Tense, heavy, maybe even like you're carrying a burden that just won't lift. That's because carrying that emotional weight affects your energy. It impacts how you show up in your relationships, your work, and your personal life. When you forgive, you release that weight, and in turn, you create space for peace, happiness, and even new opportunities to flow into your life. Forgiveness is an act of self-love. It doesn't mean that you're weak. In fact, it is the opposite. It takes incredible strength to let go of anger and say, I am no longer letting the situation have power over me. In doing so, you allow yourself to attract positivity, joy, and abundance. Now let's talk about the mindset shift that happens when you forgive. Holding on to resentment or anger keeps you stuck in a negative loop. It's like trying to run a business while holding on to old systems that no longer serve you. You are not going to get very far. It's the same with your emotional health. You have to release the things that no longer serve you to create room for growth and success. When you forgive, your mind feels lighter, your energy shifts, and suddenly you begin to see opportunities where before you saw obstacles. You attract a different kind of energy because you freed up space for peace and abundance to flow in. And guess what? That shift in energy doesn't just affect you, it affects the people around you. When you live in a state of forgiveness, you naturally attract more positivity into your relationships, your business, and your everyday interactions. It's like a ripple effect. It all starts with you. Let's talk about another example that you may be familiar with, as this person has been talked about on the news and social media quite a bit. Taylor Swift. She has known worldwide for her music, but her journey is about a powerful lesson into forgiveness. For years, she publicly clashed with other celebrities. It created a media frenzy, and Taylor Swift was seen as holding onto those grudges, something that weighed her down emotionally. But as she matured and grew both as an artist and a person, she made the conscious decision to forgive. She even mentioned in interviews how she realized that holding on to bitterness was exhausting and didn't serve her well. But forgiving those who had wronged her, she freed herself from the negativity and drama that once defined part of her public persona. In doing so, she was able to focus more on her craft, attracting more success, creativity, and ultimately peace into her life. This just goes to show that forgiveness isn't just for massive, life changing situations like Mandela's. It is for all of us. Whether you're holding on to a grudge with a colleague, a family member, or a friend, letting go can transfer your mindset and your life. So, how can you start bringing forgiveness into your life? Let's break it down into some simple, actionable steps. Don't feel like you need to forgive everyone for everything at once. Start with something small. Maybe it is that time that a friend said a hurtful comment, or perhaps a colleague that let you down. Begin by forgiving the little things, and you will build the emotional muscle to tackle the bigger stuff. Also, take some time to write down how you feel. Who are you holding resentment against? What did they do that hurt you? Be honest and get those feelings out on paper. Then just take a moment to write down, I release this and I welcome peace. You may find that writing it down helps to create that shift in your mindset. And before you can truly forgive others, you need to forgive yourself. What mistakes or regrets are you holding on to? Give yourself grace and let go of the guilt or shame that might be keeping you stuck. Forgive yourself is one of the most liberating things that you can do. You can set aside a few minutes each day for a forgiveness meditation. Sit quietly, close your eyes, and visualize the person or situation you want to forgive. As you breathe deeply, imagine yourself letting go of the hurt and anger. You can repeat a mantra like, I release this and I choose peace. Over time, this practice will help you shift your mindset and energy. Oh, and also each morning, before you start your day, take a moment to say out loud, even looking at yourself in the mirror, or just when you get your feet out of the bed and they touch the floor, say, today I choose forgiveness and peace. Starting your day with that intention helps to set a positive tone and allows you to attract good things throughout the day. Now, beautiful souls, forgiveness is truly one of the greatest gifts that you can give yourself. It is a tool that allows you to live in alignment with abundance, joy, and peace. So take that step today, whether it's forgiving someone else or maybe even yourself, and notice how much lighter you feel. Now, if today's episode resonated with you, I would love for you to subscribe to the Happiness Hub. And if you know someone who could use a little more peace and forgiveness in their life, share this episode with them. Let's spread this positive energy far and wide. I am so grateful that you spent this time with me today. Remember, forgiveness isn't about them, it's about you and the life that you want to attract. So until next time, Ahui Ho, Toodle Pip, and stay blessed.